Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So, I'm going to be really quick. I'm just going to get started. You know, I don't like to wait when I come on here. Well, I said, if your heart isn't in it, in anything that you do, whether it is relationships, whether it is going to work on your job, whether it is a task as simple as driving a car, a task as simple as baking a cake. If your heart is not in it, if your heart is not in the right place when you are doing whatever it is, the results that you're going to get are not going to be that favorable. So if you are baking a cake, right, and your heart is not in it, if you're just going through the motions, if you're just doing it, you know, just because, or it's like a chore, or you don't really want to do it, but you're doing it because somebody needs a cake, right? You may need the money that you were going to get coming in from baking that cake. But if your heart is not in it, when you bake that cake is not going to taste as well as it could. That cake may not rise the way that it is supposed to. That cake could burn. That cake could be undercooked. A lot of things can take place during the process of baking that cake. Why? Because your heart was not in it. Your heart must be in everything that you do. It is the intent. It is the purpose behind it. It is the passion. It is what you put into a thing that is going to make the thing grow. Shabbat Shalom to you, Miss Tanya. So it is what you put into that very thing that is going to make it grow, that is going to make it flourish, that is going to make it prosper. There is the song, and it says, if my heart wasn't in it, I'd been gone long ago, right? So that means that when the person entered into the relationship, you know, they went into it with their heart open, right? With great expectations of great things happening, of the relationship growing and prospering. And even in the midst of things starting to happen and things starting to shift and things maybe not working out, or you may discover some things about the person, right? Whatever it may be, like that you didn't know. A lot of times there are things that you don't discover about a person until you marry, until you say I do. A lot of marriages fail within the first year to two because there are things that are revealed in that marriage. Once you say I do, there are things that are revealed that you had no idea about prior to, even if you have dated for long periods of time, like 10 years. I've even seen this happen, and then are married one and are divorced by year number 2 or year number 3. So if your heart wasn't in it, if her heart or his heart wasn't in it, you know, they would have left a long time ago, considering the things that they have gone through and experienced, right? So in business, if your heart is not in whatever business that you have, business owners, if your heart is not all in, if you are not in whether you make $1 for the week or you don't, if your heart is not all in when nobody likes your post, when nobody goes to your website, when nobody subscribes to your YouTube channel, when nobody appears to be in support or watching, if your heart is not in it, you're going to stop. It is going to fail. It is never going to grow. Not fail in the fact that it could not grow or you could not win in it, but because your heart leaves the room, because your heart leaves whatever it is. See, when I go in the kitchen and in when I'm cooking, and in the lab when I'm making my product, see, if my heart wasn't in it, I would not be able to mail off all of these packages, right? I would not be able to take and form what it is I do, and not only am I able to make money from it, and not only am I able to prosper from it, but I am able to help others to prosper from the very thing that I have created, right? You see that God has downloaded into me long time ago, right? So if my heart was not in it, when I go in there to make, let's say, a turmeric brightening bar, if my heart was not in it, it would not turn out right. People would not see results. You would not have, beautiful glowing skin. You would not be able to walk around without makeup on your face and still look like good, with people looking like, oh my God, your skin look amazing. With people looking at you and saying, you don't have on foundation, and you're like, no. So if my heart was not in it, when I go and prepare meals for people, they would not be able to taste that love. You can tell when somebody has cooked something and they just kind of threw it together, right? You can tell when something is cooked with love, when something is cooked with love, when something is cooked with a great heart, a good heart, right? In business, when you are running and operating your business, if your heart is not right, you may not have return customers. You may not have return business. You may have people that fall out of your business or out of your company if your heart is not right. I have seen this happen in big corporations when the very founders, the people that created the companies, when they take their hands off, when their heart leaves the company, because they are the company, they are the heartbeat of the company. And so when they do a shift, when it goes into the money realm instead of the heart, instead of staying in the heart realm, that's when things start to change. The product starts to change. The product becomes weaker, or the product becomes defective, or the company, people start to fall off and switch companies and do all kinds of things, because the owner of the company, or the company, the heartbeat of the company has gone. Maybe they have retired and let, someone else take hold of the reins of the company. And sometimes that can be great. And then at the same time, it could be of detriment. Like it could backfire. It could be a bad thing because of the heart. See, when you do something and you're doing it from the heart, there is nothing better than that in the whole entire world when it is from the heart, right? So we have to be very mindful of these things. We have to be very mindful of the things that we do for other people. If it is done with the right heart, is it done with the right intent? And when it's done in the right intent, then that means that the heart should be in direct alignment, right? For greatness, for purpose, for growth, right? It's like watering of a seed. It's like the watering of a seed. So it is very important that your heart be in the right place. So I just had to come on here and share it because the song was in my head. And I'm in here singing, if your heart isn't in it. I'm in here singing the song, right? And I got to thinking about that thing. I'm like, that is so true on so many levels in everything. Relationship, life. If your heart isn't in working out, if your heart isn't in your fitness, if your heart isn't in your weight loss journey, what you're starting out. If your heart is not in it, then you're not going to do it the way that you're supposed to. You're going to fall off. You might miss, going to the gym. You might miss working out. You might eat wrong or not right and say, well, I eat right sometimes. Hold on, you guys. See, I got to make sure that I have my energy for today because I have a kind of a full day and they're calling for this bad weather or something like that. So I have to even get prepared for that. But prior to that, I still have, my heart has to be right because I have things that I have to do throughout my day, right? So I have to make sure that I'm all powered up with my little pixie stick, my little energy thing, right? So if your heart is not in whatever it is, see, if my heart wasn't in it when I took this, it might not work the way that it's supposed to. My body might reject it, or the heart and the mind are very much connected. So my heart might speak to my mind, or my mind might speak to my heart, and they have a conversation and decide, okay, well, we're gonna block the effect of this on her body today because her heart is not right. Like there is something that is off. So I just had to come on and share with you guys a word that came to me, share with you guys a message, and I hope that you have found value in this message on this morning. Everyone have an awesome and amazing day, and I will talk to you real soon. Bye.